So let's take a look at your options for sending, distributing the checklists to people. So we're going to focus on Ashley Nelson's checklist. So I'm going to click on her bubbles underneath her onboarding index. And then her checklist window will open as a pop-up. So as always, make sure that you have pop-ups enabled on the browser that you're using. And we see that Ashley has two checklists assigned to her in progress, the documentation checklist and then the checklist that is referred to as list 1. Very creative. Next to each of the checklists, you have these means of basically accessing or sending the checklist to people. If you click on View, that's just going to simply do that. You can go ahead and view and look at the sections and tasks as well as then mark off progress on that specific checklist. If we click on Email, I'm going to go ahead and do that. A small pop-up will open where you can do a few things. You can type in the email address of someone and it will then send them a link to that specific list for Ashley. If you want to email it to the supervisor on file, you can just click that little box and it will do that for you. And regardless of which option you use here, you also have the access to give the option to give access to all of the assigned lists. So for Ashley, that would be documentation and list 1, or just the specific list. So for that would be documentation, since I clicked on the email button on the documentation row. I'm just going to email that documentation list. So I've entered in the address. I'm going to click Fire. And then as soon as it sends, it will give me a confirmation that it has been sent to that particular individual, so I can close that box. Very similar concept with send to device. So what that really means is sending a text message. I'm going to click on that. Again, another small pop-up will open. Be sure that you have pop-ups enabled. Simply enter the phone number of the device that you'd like to text the list to. Same concept, you can send all of the lists assigned or just that particular one. I'm just going to send that particular one, so I've entered the phone number, click blast, and I'll get a confirmation message saying that that has been sent to that phone number, so I can close that small pop-up. The last option then is a paper certificate basically. So if I click on that paper button, a pop-up will open, and actually it produces a PDF document that you can print and give directions to someone about how they can access this particular list on a given device. So this person would go to this website, and then when they get to that website, they're prompted to enter in the report ID and the list ID. So they enter in that information, click enter, and then on that device, whether it's a laptop or an iPad or a mobile device, anything that's connected to the internet through a web browser, it'll pull up that particular checklist that this code is linked to. And those are the basic ways that you can send a checklist or multiple checklists to an individual. Hey, thanks, and have a great day.